I used to go across the street to this store called Hy-Vee. So think of it kind of like here in Bali, it'd be like Pepito, just like a big grocery store. But it also had like a place where you had a restaurant and chill and good Wi-Fi. So I used to go across the street, and that's when I first started doing Facebook ads. And yeah, so that's pretty much like Facebook ads is what I've been doing since 2013. That's like paid the bills and stuff since
Facebook ads. Okay,
yeah.
I need to look into that shit. You need to show me how Facebook ads. What is it? So that's been since 2013. You said so, like 8-9 years.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
Yeah.
It's almost like the whole decade. So now you're pretty good at it.
Yeah, like still learning and stuff. Always still learning from it, but yeah, like the basics of it. I mean, because when you think about it, it's like with marketing, especially with online stuff, so like there's a difference between like SEO and pay-per-click. So like SEO is basically when you go on Google, you search something, it's like how far up does your stuff go? Like if we're in Bali, right, and you want to find pizza, if you go on Google and search pizza, like they would say you have good SEO. I don't even know how they would say it. Like basically you want your stuff at the top.
Yeah.
And when you're doing PPC, which basically means pay-per-click, you're essentially paying to have, like say you have the same pizza shop in front of people that like pizza. So like you can tell Facebook, I want you to target people in Bali between this age that like this pizza shop and this pizza shop and this brand and this brand. And they should most likely like pizza, so that's who I want to show it to.
Okay, so I'm gonna make that as a separate segment about the Facebook ads. So go from very beginning. What is that? How you actually got into it? Who like suggested you to try this on? And then tell me also like this area, what you're doing. Is it just here local or is it international?
Yeah, so my brother is the one who got me into it. So that's what he's been doing. So he's been working online like since he was like a teenager. He first started doing stuff. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff, but I'd say the first big money I would say he got was probably from eBay. So he started just selling stuff, like buying stuff from the dollar store, selling it at a higher price. Like he used to buy like Sonic the Hedgehog toys and stuff like that.
Right.
And then like buying for $1, selling for like $20 to $40. Then he's
buying for $1 and selling for 20. That's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
It's just like 20 times more. Wow.
Yeah. And then eventually started buying stuff wholesale. Like he used to buy these like diet pills. So it was like an appetite suppressant and a fat burner. And the thing was he would buy them in bulk from the US, but then sell them in the UK.
Oh,
back when the conversion rate was like a pound was like $2 basically.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, just like crazy returns on that. And then after that, he just got more into like the marketing world of, yeah, just like doing ads for people and helping people sell stuff they want to sell. So he was doing that for a while. So that's basically what he taught me once I started traveling. So I helped him with his stuff. So he was helping out a few people kind of like in like income opportunities, which is basically like, it's a whole big thing. But
yeah. Don't get into that. Focus on Facebook ads.
Yeah. So basically it's like, so people had their products and services or whatever. And my brother knew how to put that stuff in front of people to help them sell it. So I was helping him do that at the same time. So this is what enables us to travel. And that's while we're traveling, we're like, damn, we might as well show people what it's like in these different countries that we're in and stuff like that. And we started shooting videos or whatever. But yeah, so like obviously whenever we help people sell stuff, we'll get a percentage of the profits that we help make. And yeah, that's pretty much how it was all like funded.
But for you, someone who I'm pretty sure I'm thinking that you're not a guy who likes to sit in front of a computer. But then I think in this case, because you saw what would be the reward, and reward would be traveling, experiencing, and having all this cool shit, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna sit and do this. Or did you already, well, you've done this for 9 years, maybe that you actually enjoy it, and you think like, oh, this is actually a pretty cool thing. How was that for you to start to be that laptop guy who's doing this shit? Was it like quite tedious and hard at the beginning, or you were like, fuck it, I know what's the reward and I'm doing it?
Yeah, so for me, it's like, I never really saw it as like a hard thing because I saw that my brother was doing it. I saw it was more impossible. And I'm like, if he's doing it, being able to live the life like this, it's like, it's doable. I never really thought of it like like, oh man, this is too hard, I can't do it, whatever. Like, I'm not saying it's always been good and we've always made money every single time or whatever. But for me, it's like I enjoy it because it's like, especially when you're doing something, you're helping people sell something that's actually helping people, like actually bringing like value to their life.
So it's pretty cool reward then for you, like, to see that you helped.
Yeah, so it's like I get that on top of just being able to look at the numbers, because it's kind of like I want to say it's like gambling, but it is kind of in a way, because basically it's like you're paying Facebook to have your ads up, and you're hoping that you make more money than you pay Facebook. So if you give Facebook $100 for the day, you're hoping to make more than $100 back, right?
Right.
So every day you're looking like excited to see like, okay, how much money did we make today? You made profit, cool. Some days you don't. You're like, oh, okay, we got to change this. So it's like I was going back to like video games. It's kind of like the same type of thing, where it's like you're playing with the numbers, adjusting things, changing things, and like making sure that you can like keep making more and more and more, or like staying in profit and stuff like that. So like I enjoy it that way, because it is kind of like a game in terms of like, yeah, just like changing stuff up and making a strategy to make it like get to a point where you want it to be.
That's pretty cool. And then, so percentage-wise, how often you would say you broke even, you made a profit, or you lost money?
I would say for the most part we're making a profit. So like with one of the main companies I'm working with now, the Live Richer Academy, and Tiffany, the Budgetista. It's all about financial literacy. So mostly for women in the United States. So showing people how to save, how to build their credit, and all that type of stuff. It's something that's actually really helping people, and it's helping a lot of people.
That's really cool.
So we have an online course. So you can either pay $30 for the month, or you can pay, so it's kind of like a subscription, sort of like Netflix or anything you pay for monthly. Yeah. Or you can pay for 6 months, you get a month free, and if you pay for a year, you get 2 months free. So what we figured with our ads after time, it's like, even if we're paying $70 for a person to sign up, like it might look like, oh, you're losing freaking $40 or whatever from each person, but we're not, because people usually stay on like 6 months with us. So from that one person, it's like we usually get like $180 per person. So like with that, it's like, yeah, it's like almost hard to lose, as long as because we're providing such a good thing. Because if it would be one thing, it's like if you're hyping something up to the point where it's like, oh, like people are like believing they're gonna get all this amazing stuff, and then they go to the actual product and they're like, no, this shit's garbage.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to. I mean, I've been working in sales and marketing many years. I even used to do door-to-door sales in fucking Canada. I've sold windows. I sold, you just name it. And then when you realize that the product is actually not very compatible, like, or competitive, and the quality is not that good as we were trying to sell it, then you feel like shit, because you're lying to people. And the worst is, like, in your case, you can change, and I want to talk about this, how do you guys choose who you're going to represent and who you're going to sell. But like, I remember I would get hired, and back in the days you would go 3 levels or whatever, 3 stages of interviews, right? And you got all through them, and you're like, oh, I got the job, I'm so excited. You do the first week, like, just trying to understand where's the coffee machine, where's those things. And then like a month later, you realize your product is shit, and you're like, I just wasted all that time. And then in your case, or if you work for doing the Amazon thing or eBay thing, you always can choose that product, and it's up to you to make that research. And also, if you realize it's crap, you just get rid of it and go for the next one, and try to do your research more careful. So that is amazing. So how do you guys choose who you're going to be representing and who you're going to be selling and advertising?
So for me now, for the most part, it's been off of like referrals. So like either friends that I know, or people, I mean, because most people that I work with end up becoming my friend. So it's like, yeah, people that I know, like they know someone that wants help with Facebook ads or whatever, or even just traveling and stuff. I might meet someone, or like the owner of some company or a business or whatever, and they're like, oh, could you help me with this? And then, yeah, it ends up being something that works out for a long time. Because there's a lot of people I've worked with, but it's only been for like maybe a month or 2 or whatever. And it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't work out. Like sometimes, like people expect results super, super quick.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, like with marketing, I feel like, because for me, it's like, when you do something so much, you think it's so simple and so easy. And so like, in the back of your head, it's just like, of course it's like this. But like most people, it's like if you spend $1, most people want to make $10.
Right.
Like they don't understand if you spend $1 and make $1 and a penny, like that's profit.
Yeah, but it's not a dollar shop what your brother used to do. You can't buy something for $1 and sell for 20 on a fucking eBay. 20 years ago, maybe. But yeah, and also in your case, you have 9 years of experience, man. It's like I never done anything longer than, well, I've done stunts now for 7 years. It's like the longest career I ever done anything.